Hi, so my name is Mary Bland, and I just wanted to make aware of some of the corrupt cops going on out there. So, my passenger and I were coming from Colorado down to Cleveland, Texas on November 19th. We were passing through Vernon, Texas, when I passed a patrol officer, and it took him a while to catch up to me, but he caught up to me, flashed his lights, and I pulled over. Now, I have a 2005 Subaru Outback that was loaded down with nothing but tools. I was heading to Cleveland, Texas to go help with my dying mom, and the officer walked up to the driver's side and asked me for my license and my insurance. I gave him my registration, everything, and told me that I had a plate light out. So he told me, I told him I would go to the next station or, open store and get that fixed immediately. He then asked me to step out of my car and walk back to his car with him so he could write me that warning and be on my way. Well, while I'm in his car, he asked me if I had any drugs. I told him no. He asked if he could search. I told him no. And when I looked up, he already had backup handcuffing my passenger. Got my passenger out of the car, handcuffed him. Put us both in different police cars, so we weren't able to see what was going on. I just know that he asked me if he could search, and I told him no, and he told me he was going to search it anyways. He was going to tear my car up. So, when I seen that my passenger was being arrested, and I'm sitting there, he's bringing all kinds of stuff out of my car, brings my medications out, sets them on the hood, starts going through the bottles, and the next thing I know, he is arresting me. Now, they found nothing in my car. I had nothing in my car. We seen them take nothing out of my car. We were both detained. They called the animal control for Vernon, Texas, to come pick up my 8-pound dachshund, which nothing is open on Sundays. November 19th was on a Sunday. So it happened about 3:30 in the morning. And the next thing I know, we're being transported to the Wilbarger County Jail, where the officers took us in and dropped us off and turned around and left. No police reports, no warnings for my lights, no tickets for my light, no reasoning or what they allegedly said that they found. They charged me with 2 possession of controlled substances. They charged my passenger with a possession of a controlled substance. Well, we were detained. We were in Wilbarger County Jail for 12 hours. 12 hours on a Sunday. We were never fully booked in. They didn't write any police reports. All the numbers never match up. They do not match up. He did not have body cams on. He did not have dash cams on. The bondsman came around the same time that evening that we were being booked in that morning. We were being booked in about 5 o'clock a.m. The bondsman showed up at 5 o'clock p.m., filled out this, not even real bonding paperwork. And then the next thing I know, we were never fully booked in. We could not have family couldn't find us. They could not find us there. They didn't turn in any evidence or anything. So we bonded out. The bondsman came, takes home a bond, picked us up, took us to the tow yard where my car had been towed. She called on her phone to the tow yard owner and had me talk to him and tell him that I was picking up my car. So basically, in so many words, we were told to get out of that county. That was a 12-hour delay. I ended up losing money along the way. It cost me $850 to get out. There's no case number. There is no police reports. There are no probable cause. The officers didn't even list their names down. And we were detained for 12 hours. And when we were let out, they had everything set up and ready for us to get out of that town. They had the animal control bring my dog and wait up there for us to get out of jail so I can get my dog back. Took us straight up to the tow yard. Well, when I was able to, pull off into a driveway, a parking lot where I could inspect my car, I was inspecting my car and found out that one of my plate lights was working. Not to mention, they never specified what they allegedly found. Nothing had been tested, nothing had been even said. They have me on 2 possessions of controlled substances with no details on what they allegedly found. They had my buddy on, possession of a controlled substance with no, details on what they allegedly said they found. So they never turned in their names, their badge numbers. I asked them for their badge numbers. They would not let me grab my phone so I could actually film them. So by the time we got out of jail and the next day and the day after, we've been consistently checking online to see, if charges have been filed in any way whatsoever. And there is absolutely no record of us being in the Vernon County Jail for 12 hours and illegally searched, seizured for no reason, and no records of that. The only records there are the ones that, the bond paperwork, which is not even, it explains nothing. So I'm out on a fake bond for a crime that wasn't even committed, and the Vernon Police Department just seen my Colorado license plate and profiled me, decided to pull me over, and when they realized they weren't finding anything that they were looking for, they got mad and slapped a couple charges on us, and then the next thing I know, we're being asked to leave town. So I said no to a search and seizure. It was supposed to be a plate ticket, and so I am dealing with all of this with as much help as I can get from anybody that I can get help from. But it was in Vernon, Texas on November 19th, and the only way to even find out if I was even really there, because they never fully booked us in, is to obtain the film for the holding cell for November 19th, which I have no case number. I have no numbers. I have nothing to go by. And I am trying so hard to figure out what is going on and my next step. And I am I'm at my wit's end, so I'm trying so hard to find some kind of help that I can get this taken care of, because they set me back 12 hours, which going down there to pick my mom up that is dying and help her out set me back like a half a year. And so just to let everybody know that when a cop asks you to search your car and you tell them no, if you can film it, film it. But unfortunately, I wasn't allowed to grab my phone in order to film anything. So I have nothing on film and nothing on record. The only thing I have showing that I was even in that jail is a handbook. Other than that, my booking number doesn't show up. My mugshots doesn't show up. I have nothing that shows up. So we were wrongfully detained for 12 hours, basically kidnapped. And my dog and my car, I had to pay $260 to get my car out. It's ridiculous. The way the cops are getting these days are absolutely ridiculous. So if they ever ask you to search your car for a traffic stop and you tell them no, your best bet is to try and film them doing what they, you know, filming them doing it illegally. Because if I would have had a chance, I would have had it all on video. So I'm trying to get any help with this. It was ridiculous. I want to bring a suit against the Vernon County Police Department in Texas and the judge. So they called everybody in on a Sunday. They called the judge in, justice of the peace, in on a Sunday to place these outrageous so-called bonds on us. And it's frustrating. I'm almost 50 years old. I'm just trying to help my mom, and then I had to go through this. It wasn't easy. It was difficult, and it's still difficult. And I just want to make people aware that, Vernon, Texas, and the Texas police, yeah, you can't trust them, especially at night. And they do profile, so please be careful out there. I do have someone trying to help me out, Carolina in Fort Worth. And if I were you, check out her videos. If anybody's going through the same thing that I am, or the same town, please feel free to, message me. And I'm up for any kind of advice, any kind of lawyer advice, somebody that would take my case on. Yeah, it's insane. It's caused a lot of trouble, and it's ruined a lot of things. It's set me back about a year worth of work. As far as, being down there at my mother's house. So I'm just spreading the word, try to get it out there. And anybody with any advice, any help, any legal advice, any lawyers that might take my case on, contingency, pro bono, anything, I sure appreciate it. Thank you.